BJ Ryan's about to join us. Good weekend for the Morton stable. No winners, but a few of their runners ran very well. Pure Excess not far away, Blazing Emerald, and Super Smink was a real eye-catcher, and BJ joins us now. Good afternoon to you, BJ. How do we find you?
Going well. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Riley. Thanks for having me.
How are you, BJ? How do you, I guess, summate the days racing from a Morton camp sense? And pretty, I guess, it wasn't exactly hard to miss the run of Super Smink on return in that Crawford Stakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Riley and Alex, hope you don't mind, just before we get started, can I just give a quick shout-out to my father, Bernie Cups Ryan. He's a sprightly 79 years of age today, so happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday to Cups. Send him our best as well, Beej.
Happy birthday, Bernie. Fantastic.
Much. Yeah, 79, so he's doing well. But
he's still in the local politics game, isn't he, BJ?
Well, funny you ask. He had a big weekend, Old Cups. He was re-elected to the Belmont City Council on Saturday night, so he's doubled up. He's back on he's re-elected as a Belmont City Councillor for another 4 years, and it was his birthday today. So he's done well.
Is that his nickname, Cups?
It is.
So you've done all right when your nickname's Cups.
He won just about all of them.
He won a few. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thanks for that, guys. But yeah, getting back to your question, Riley, it was a bit of an almost weekend as far as Morton Racing was concerned, but Super Smink, considering where she landed, she couldn't have done much more from there. So went through all the sectional data that came through today. Everything looks pretty good to the eye, and it was backed up by the clock. So happy days moving forward.
I guess it's been a bit of a story of her last couple of preparations, BJ, is that she has, you could say, deserved to have won a few more races than she has, and she has been a horse that's done the brunt of her racing where she settles in the back half of the field. Is it going to be the same, I guess, story with her, this preparation, in terms of how she's ridden, or do you think there is that potentially that extra versatility that in runs moving forward, heading towards a railway stakes, that we might see her given her perhaps a bit of a dig out of the gates and ridden to see if she can sit a little bit closer in running?
I think so. Yeah. If you watch the replay of the Gold Rush last year, she began and we tried to hold a more prominent running position. Actually, she did. They have the over the pinnacles. They have the bird's eye view of the start, and I watched the replay. She actually began well and held a reasonable running position. And when you have a look through the times of that particular race, I think that's the fastest she's ever gone through the first half of a race, and she was held up and ran on into third. So she can do it. Probably would have liked her to be a spot closer on Saturday, if I'm being honest, from a mapping point of view. And if we could have settled in front of Bustler, I think that would have been the key to us winning or losing. But look, we ran into a pretty good horse in Rope Them In. He's a star in his own right, so it was a great result for Wolfie and Sean McGruddy and the team. But our mare was doing her best work late, and that sort of got to give her a nice platform heading towards the Listia Stakes.
What a mare she is. We spoke about it earlier on. She unfortunately hasn't got a good strike rate the last couple of years. She won 4 of her last 5, and then has only won 1 of her last 17. But she's even though she's got that poor strike rate, she just turns up preparation after preparation, doesn't she? She almost seems to raise the bar each preparation as an older horse, and she's been so unlucky on so many occasions. What's she like as a horse to deal with? Is she just easy? Has there been any issues that have arisen throughout her career? Because it's not often, you don't get too many horses be so good as a 2-year-old, Karrakatta size, and then just continue to perform 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old season.
No, I'm glad you said that, Alex, because she's always in the market. She's always very well, regarded. And from a punting point of view, she probably hasn't been that kind to the brethren. But she has been a good horse from day one. 2-year-old, she's a stakes winner at 2, 3 and 4. And from what Dan and the camp have said, she's actually come back bigger, stronger, fully furnished. I think Dan's of the opinion that she could be in for her best prep yet, and she just needs that bit of luck, as we all do, come the big races. So so many people came up to me at the races on Saturday and commented on how well she looked, keen track watchers and that. So she's happy, healthy, in good shape, and hopefully when her grand finals roll around, that we just get the rub of the green.
And Chris Parnham, who knows her just about as well as anyone, BJ, were his post-race sentiments echoing pretty similar?
Oh yeah, Chris just said she couldn't have gone any better. He was just. I think he was just a bit surprised that a couple of them were able to push forward and get in up ahead of us, and in that it was interesting. In that moment, we kind of got shuffled back, and that's exactly when Lucky Ramoli on Norwich just put the hammer down and really sort of strung the field out a bit. And from there, we were kind of always just chasing the race, and she's just had to go out and around Bustler, and she was probably the wildest horse swinging for home, but really, really rocketed. And yeah, just super proud of her. She's been working so well. Her trials were so good that it was just really refreshing, and I guess eased a bit of pressure that she was able to produce that on race day and just reaffirm that she's on the right track.
BJ, sorry, can I just ask, is it Asian Bow to Railway?
Listia. We'll go to Listia, the weight grade route to the Railway.
Yep.
Yeah, with her rating, if we went to the Asian Bow, I think she'd get 59 kg. So we will, which isn't ideal for a mare heading into a Group 1. So we'll go 3 weeks into a Listia and then 2 weeks into a Railway. Fingers crossed.
BJ was having a chat to Dan at the races on Wednesday, and he was happy to say that he's got a big opinion of this filly, Pure Excess. And fair to say, we probably didn't get a true snapshot of her ability levels with how that race panned out for her on the weekend.
Yeah, definitely not. Just that was a complete forgive and forget. I think you were out there on Saturday, Riley. The wind conditions spooked a lot of people. I think especially earlier in the card, I think it spooked a few of the hoops, and the sectional times were very interesting for some of the races. They just went so slow in Pure Excess's race on the weekend, and she was sort of bottled up behind them and just couldn't build momentum or get into the race when we needed her to. And I guess the reflection on just how slow they went is that First Beach was able to sit 3 wide, no cover, and still win. So it's just a bit of track work through the early and middle stages and a dash home, but we didn't see the best of her on Saturday. But just keep an eye out for her. She's a filly laden with ability, and if we get the right setup on the right day, she can win a nice race.
There we go. What about King of Light? Set the chat forums and social media alight with that first trial back, and the second trial, Pikey, pretty reserved, not beaten too far a couple of weeks back behind Overdrive. Do we get to see King of Light return in the Belgravia this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. King of Light and My Authorita will be our Belgravia Stakes nominations. So, looking forward to seeing both of them kicking off their preps. King of Light especially, super talented horse. We're just sort of, you need to go out and see him do it against, your Talk and Co's and the like, those horses that are coming, that have already been there and done that at, on the big stage. So he's still got to go out there and match motors with them. And obviously he's on a Guineas path. So we're running into a very hot Belgravia on Saturday. If all the horses that say they're actually going there, it could be the race of the carnival. It's going to be outstanding. I can't wait. So the 1200, some of them might be a bit slick for him, but get him out, King of Light, that is, get him out over the 1400 in the mile, deeper into this prep, and I think you might see something pretty cool.
Yeah, it was interesting having a chat, BJ. We had Willie on drive on the Monday after that second trial, and he just seemed to think that maybe after that first trial, he'd just taken the edge off him a fraction, and he didn't really ask him for too much of an effort in the run to the line. But he said he trialled like a horse that gave him the feel that he is certainly going to get a bit of ground this preparation, which must fill you guys with a bit of confidence as well.
Absolutely, yeah. He's kind of got that miler, Guineas type written all over him. If you're lucky enough to see him in the yard, Alex and Riley, he's just a nice, big, strong horse, and you would imagine that the 1600 is going to be right up his alley. I think it's November 22. So if we can get through these lead-up races and get there in one piece, I think that's his target race, and I think he's all in favourite at the moment, and we're pretty excited about him.
I'm just trying to remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone not that long ago, and they were really spruiking In Good Order as a horse to really watch this preparation, potentially not even just over the longer trips. Recent trial, pretty quiet behind Sky Duke and September Born going back a week ago. When do we get to see In Good Order return, and what's the, I guess, plan with him? What are the main target races this carnival?
In Good Order, he'll trial again on next Monday at Belmont. So that'll be his second trial, and then from there he'll head to the Steer first up, and then with his current rating, we'll go plan A anyway is Railway Stakes, Northerly Stakes, and then we'll try and win another Ted Van Hemp Stakes. So that's the plan with him. He had a paddock accident earlier this year, which meant that we missed the weight for age races during the autumn and the winter. So he had an extended break, but pardon me, he just had a quiet trial last Monday. He'll be asked for a bit more in his next trial, and then we'll head to the races after that.
Looks as though you're taking a number of very up-and-coming, promising types to the races at Belmont on Wednesday. BJ, the Crimson Pirate, Varesha on debut, and Riva Aquarama, who's done absolutely nothing wrong early in her career as well. Is there a winner or two amongst that trio?
Look, if the Crimson Pirate races as good as he thinks he is, he's got a very high opinion of himself, the Pirate. So if he's a real character.
Is his stable name Terry?
yeah, he's an arrogant ginger. Yeah. No, he's just a beautiful horse. Bit slow on the uptake just at the moment, but if he ever puts it all together, he might be dangerous, that horse. So he's really nice, but he's just got a lot to learn, and all this is just an education, and who knows if he sort of the penny drops for him, then he could be another string to our bow in regards to the WA Guineas. You never really know. We'll just might go see if he can win a maiden with him, see if he can get to a 1400, and who knows, if he pops at the right time, he could head in that direction. But either way, we expect him to develop nicely through this preparation and probably be more the real deal come autumn. Riva Aquarama, yeah, she's a real nice filly, actually. Big, strong star turn from Linwood Park stud. She's drawn a bit wide first up, so it's a bit of a task, especially in taking on the older fillies and mares the older mares in Class 3 company. But she kind of has to go there to get her prep started if we wanted, say, to get her to a Burgess Queen second up. So we just had no options for her. She kind of had to get her prep running on Wednesday, and if she goes good, she can head to a Burgess Queen second up. And Varesha, it's a shame if she had drawn a gate, I would have thought that she was a genuine each way chance. Her trials have been encouraging. She's drawn a bit awkward, so we're just going to need a bit of additional luck first up. But she looks like a filly who's going to win a couple of races for her owner beater, Dawn Quackenbush. So yeah, fingers crossed. But the Pirate's a real nice horse on the way up, and Riva Aquarama, if she can run well, and she can either win or run well and just get beat, then she can push her on into a Burgess Queen.
BJ, just very quickly before we let you go, a horse that dominated the 2-year-old ranks a couple of seasons ago, now still, of course, Dan has a share. Bustling, any update or word on where he's at?
I haven't had an update on Bustling for a while just yet. So I can follow that up with and flick you guys a message if you like.
Yeah, beautiful,
that'd be terrific.
He's at. Yeah, but they obviously Mick Ken Jr. and Nick Price send regular updates through to the camp, but I haven't received one recently. But I'm surprised that we haven't seen him this spring so far, because the last updates I saw was he was sort of they were getting his feet right and everything was heading in the right direction. So I'll follow that up for you guys and let you know.
You're a star. Thanks so much, BJ. Really appreciate it, mate. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, man. Cheers.